You fucked up so hard.
Oh, I fucked up so bad!
You fucked up so hard. Hi, my name is Niap. Some of you may know me as the guy who makes a lot of ReZero videos, and also a few other videos in there, and stuff like that. And also, just a generally, pleasant person, hopefully. But also, I just so happen to be the person who really enjoys knowing about people's favorite characters, just so that I can smile maliciously, knowing that that character either gets fucked over or dies. Anyways, welcome to this fun video. So, context towards this whole scenario, because I'm sure at the moment nothing makes sense given these first few seconds. So, let me explain some things. Right back here in the middle is my cousin. He's been into ReZero in a way for a long while now, but more so the fact that he's watched the anime back when it came out, as it came out essentially, with every episode and all that, and kind of just stopped after that. Didn't really go back into it or anything, didn't read ahead, nothing like that. Mostly because, while he was super interested, he didn't really feel the urge to keep going or anything like that. Whereas now, I've handed him the manga, since really I feel like that's the most efficient way to get through it quickly, while also keeping in the cut content that, is now in there, essentially. While also, giving him the Arc 4 light novels for when he gets to that. However, besides those two things, there's this moment right here. I told him to stop at chapter 49, I believe, which is the chapter of Subaru and Amelia just sitting down and enjoying the peace that's there. That is right before this, right here, because this I wanted to record and get a raw, nice reaction out of it to see the pain that I experienced, but now with him, since his favorite character just so happens to be Rem, just like mine. So this made this whole thing perfect. But anyways, yeah, that's about it. That's the context I'm really gonna give for this. Enjoy. There's a whole lot here, and also there won't be too much of a reaction, since there wasn't an insane amount of talking during this. So here's some snippets from us watching it, and then also, of course, the aftermath. Just because I'm curious, what would you say your top? I say top 10 characters would be right now.
Yes, 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 and yes.
Would it be easier if I said 5 or something?
Definitely.
Okay, 5.
Yeah, with how far he's in, I feel like 5.
From 5 to 1.
I don't know if I can order them at the moment. That actually. So in no particular order. Rem, Reinhard.
Reinhard's fucking awesome.
I'm going through all the characters in my head.
Amelia?
Felt's kind of up there. Amelia. Yeah. Felt, maybe? Might circle back there. Old Man Rom, he a homie. Old Man Rom is a fucking G, Ooh. Who else is there?
Anyone else Wilhelm or Krush?
Oh, yeah, Wilhelm. Yeah, Wilhelm's up there. Wilhelm's sick. He's so sick.
Right?
Say
More than
Felt, Reinhard,
Yeah.
Old Man Rom.
Rem,
Didn't
Amelia.
you used to say Rem was your
Okay.
favorite, though?
Rem probably would be my favorite. She's
That's
so
still
innocent
currently.
and she's so badass at the same time.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Rem's such a great
Rom's
character.
the opposite.
We grab a drink while I'm at it.
Who?
Fuck! Ram.
Old Man Rom?
Ram. I meant to say Ram.
Old Man Rom.
I didn't even realize I accidentally started recording.
You've been recording this whole time.
Yeah, I'll just cut it. I'll just cut it.
Oh, shit.
Fine. Just to mention it, because fucking, you were complaining about it at one point a little bit, and I just wanted to bring it up. The series does have what if stuff, which might sound confusing, but essentially it's stuff where at a singular point in time in terms of the timeline
There's
like,
multiple branches.
there's in a way like a different branch, like with episode 1, right, like the arc 1 type of area. There's a different branch where Subaru just dies a whole bunch and he essentially creates this perfect plan and everything.
If I was him, I would
And
abuse
becomes a
it
villain.
so much more.
Wait, he becomes the villain?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's
I think I did hear about that.
Yeah,
I think I've heard of that.
episode 7 in the
know that
anime,
one.
which is the chapter in arc 2 where he's going to jump off the cliff. There's one where he doesn't jump off the cliff, and instead it's just like Rem searching for him for a while and everything, and eventually he captures her and all this shit, like a whole bunch of stuff goes down. He's also the villain in that.
Fair.
But there's one with episode 18, which is the chapter you read, where like Rem's confessing to him and all that shit.
Yeah.
There is a branching path with that, where it's essentially she does accept his offer, and they go and they live out their life and everything. Yeah, it's a neat little thing. That one, there's no real like problems. It's like almost like a slice of life type of thing.
Okay.
Or just like him and their kids and all that.
I remember those other two. I did not remember the first one when you said that.
Yeah, no,
I was like, what?
I
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, no, I mentioned.
I probably
that,
just
but-
forgot.
Yeah. Okay, how do I want to start this?
However you want to start it.
Hello, fuck faces of the world.
All right, there we go. Well, there's our intro. Welcome. I am Niab, as you all know, and here's Marls.
Hey, yeah. Wow, you gripped me kind of tight there. What? You
We're
okay? Are you angry?
We're getting personal,
Are you
huh?
angry?
And our cousin here, who's been on one whole video on the channel, which was that one Brosticast episode,
Go me.
J Huff.
We'll be coming out with more Broadcast soon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We've been both caught up.
Yeah. But yeah, we're here to react to this ReZero episode because this is his first time going through it, and you know, I mean,
Well, from this point on, it's my first time.
yeah, from this point on, it's his first time. He's seen.
I watched the first season. I think we talked about it in the broadcast.
We did.
Yeah, I watched the
like,
first
back
season
when it came out.
when it first came out. So
Yeah.
I just finished rereading up to the end of the first season.
Yeah.
So-
So he hasn't seen this point yet, which is the actual end of the third arc. Also, if you're new to this, neither of us are new to this series. He has watched pretty much all of the anime, plus he's reading a bit
I
of
started
arc
to read
5
arc
at this
5.
point. I am caught up, not in terms of light novel, I mean web novel. I am at 7. I am caught up on 7. But, yeah, so there's that. But, anyways, yeah, so this is going to be his first time reacting to the end of arc 3. Sadly, you will also have to read it afterwards.
That's
which is-
okay. As
yeah,
we
it's-
learned, I read quick.
It's unfortunate.
Because you'll
but
miss
they,
shit.
Yeah, they cut out shit from this episode, and it's unfortunate.
Okay.
So you'll have to go through it again. But anyways, without further ado, I think we can just start.
Let's go watch Genocide.
All right.
どうしたんですか急に照れるじゃないですかそれにレムって誰のこと
You made a mistake. You made a big mistake having my favorite character up there.
レムって誰のこと
You fucked up so
Oh,
hard.
I fucked up so
you
bad!
fucked up so hard. So,
So,
Well, fuck. I don't know what to say.
how did that episode make you feel?
Things like a
oh,
lot of what the fuck.
Mm.
I was expecting the save point to be like back when he was just waking up after being knocked out, like on the hill with Amelia. That's kind of where I thought, oh, that was the save point, maybe. And then it like started to kind of click before it happened. It was like, don't tell me it's gonna like put him back like right after it happened. So
it's funny, especially because even if that were the save point, like,
I don't think
it's
he has
over.
enough time.
It's
Yeah,
over.
he doesn't have
He
enough
just-
time to get there
yeah.
to do anything.
The only area where he would have enough time is if he went all the way back to the previous, like, actual
Yeah,
save
and kept them all within the, like, okay, you can't leave, hide in the mansion or something. Like,
Or like if they were already leaving, they might be able to catch up and just be like, "Hey, stop."
yeah.
But yeah, I have. It's weird. I'm mixed. I have a lot of fun watching people watch this episode. I also every single time, and this happened during this, I was like, honestly, I was trying to calm myself down. Every single time, it feels like there's a pit in my stomach because I'm like, the person watching this is not going to be ready for it.
No, you can't be.
He was not ready, even though I said, I warned him before we started the episode. I'm like, hey, with what's about to happen in this episode, you're not ready. And he was like, oh, I feel like you're saying too much. I'm like, trust me, you will not expect it.
No, you can't expect
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Couldn't expect.
My friend, who also has Rem as his favorite character, I feel bad in a way because I feel like okay, obviously he started to enjoy her on his own and everything, but I did as he was watching the series because I was watching it with him and everything. As he was watching the series, I constantly gave the comment of because like when he was first introduced to her, he's like, man, this character's great. I'm like, yeah, Rem's the best character in the show. She's awesome and all this shit. And I kept doing that every single time she was on screen till we got to that episode, and he got 2 minutes in. We got to the first mention of it. He had to pause it, get out of there, play the like sad One Piece song. He played that whole thing, sat in silence, by the way, and then we went back. We continued the episode. We got 5 more minutes in. Happened again. He paused it, exited, replayed the song, and all this shit. We did not watch the series again. Also for like a week. He
Wow.
was
Just distraught.
pissed. He was fucking pissed. The worst one.
See, I need to keep watching because I need to now know, like,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
how long until
Well,
she's
reading.
fucking okay?
I'm reading,
back?
of course. But yeah.
You know what
But
I mean? Like,
here's the thing. I
what
will
is she
say,
going to be saved?
Arcs from here will get way fucking better. Like, I like Arc 3 more than I like Arc 4. But I will say arcs from here, in my opinion, do get way fucking better.
Yeah.
And all that shit. Like, Arc 4 is still really strong. But the worst one of all these reactions
Yeah.
was myself. Because,
Why?
to put it in my shoes, right? Okay. Imagine you're watching the episode, right? Like, this is me. I'm watching the episode, all that shit, right? I had been marathoning through this series to the point that I'm going to be honest, and I'm sure some people, obviously, who might not be new to the channel have heard this story many times, but I fucked up my sleep schedule so bad with
Because of this
series.
show.
Yeah, because how it started, I don't want to derail this too much, but how it started was I watched the first, like, episode or two with some friends, right? With the friend who was, like, got mad about the Rem thing, and then a friend who was introducing us to the series, and I speak to a whole bunch with, regarding the series and stuff. But, like, 2 very fucking close friends of mine, I was watching with them, and they watched the first 2 episodes, and then they went to do something else. They went to play, like, Counter-Strike or something. I was enjoying those first 2 episodes, and for the longest while, I didn't want to start the series because, like, funny enough, Rem seemed like a harem show.
Well,
and
I
Rem,
get
Rem
that,
was the
right?
poster character everybody would, like,
Yeah.
mention. So I'm like, I'm gonna hate this character and all this shit. And then I found out more about the show, and I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting. I don't think I'm gonna like this character though. So then I watched more, and that entire night, essentially, I
Turned
went
into-
from like 2 a.m. to, I want to say, like 8, something like that. It was, like, bad. It was real bad.
I've done
But,
that
like-
plenty
but, like,
of times before.
2 a.m. to 8, I just watched all the way from Arc 1 to Arc 2. Finished that. I went, man, this blue-haired character is actually pretty great. I can't lie. I'm starting to not hate her and all this shit. Day after, I wake up late. Yeah, obviously. But,
Shocker.
yeah. Then with that day, I spent all that time watching Arc 3 and part 1 of arc 4, which is like essentially what this kind of thing is like the first 12 episodes of this is part 1 of arc 4. But so I watched all of arc 3 and I got to this episode, right? And I was like, okay, second season. I'm like, you know, it'd be really funny, and I swear to you, I said this. I was like, it'd be really funny if they tried to do some joke at the start of this of like, oh, who's Rem, right? Like that.
Yeah.
They tried to tease us a little bit, but then
yeah.
it's like, oh wait, no, like
In reality,
like in reality, she's okay, like and all this. It's just like a joke type of thing. I had no context. Towards this episode or anything like that. I just said that jokingly. I swear to you. I get 2 minutes in. I had to pause the episode, get up, leave the room, go get a drink, come back, sit down for 5 minutes in silence. I said nothing. I just sat there in silence like this.
like,
And I was just like...
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I was just sitting there. I was like, okay, we're going to continue the episode and find out what happened. And I got through that whole last episode, and I had to just pause for another 5 minutes till I went on to the next episode. I'm just like, okay. All right.
It was just a joke.
This is the worst thing, is this, like, I always say this jokingly, is that I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking prophet with what I'm able to do, and all this shit. Because I just, like, predict shit really well, and I don't know
I think
how.
that runs in the family.
But, like, it's just weird. I will sometimes predict shit, but the problem is, sometimes it will be not in my favor at all. In fact, a lot of the time, it will not be in my favor
not
at
at
all. Shit like this, like, it's happened with other stuff in this series as well as other series. But, like, just this was the, like, epitome of I shouldn't have spoke. I should not have said a single word.
Why'd I say anything?
It may have already been out. The episode may have already been out, but I made this worse for myself.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
I said that because of, that Bayo
See,
incident.
like, the whole thing I kept thinking about to myself was like, oh, wouldn't it be, like, kind of crazy if they do something like this? Like, oh, what if they do kind of, like, kill someone off or something, and then put the fucking save point, like, literally 5 minutes after it happens or something, just to, like, really fuck up Subaru. I'm like, they probably won't, but, like, that would be kind of funny if they did that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you were expecting good endings? Not all the time.
That's funny, because that was, like, the one, like, I guess, like, minor complaint, because I didn't think it was a major thing, right? I don't really care if a show doesn't kill characters, but it was a minor complaint I had at first, was I was like, it's kind of weird they don't really kill characters. Like, there's characters who have died, but usually they're backstory related or whatever.
not
or
anyone
whatever
important.
Yeah, like, not anybody who's, like, a central focus. And then they do this, and the worst part about this, in my opinion, like, I mentioned this to some friends and also him, is like...
Hi, I'm him.
When you kill off a character, it feels like you've completed that character. They fill
Definitely.
their whole role.
Their role ends.
You make them comatose, that feels worse than just killing them.
Because there's no actual conclusion, because they could always come back. Like, who knows? Like, Rem could be okay in 2 episodes for all, or like 20.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when she's gonna be okay. So
if right.
Yeah, if she's ever okay. Like.
Yeah, no, it is like it was fucked to me. I was watching Arc 4 and I was still really enjoying it, but the entire time I was just thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, man, fuck. It hurt. Also,
To be honest, I don't know if
thing.
Rem would have made much of a difference there.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So one more additional thing. You might have noticed it. Can I go frame by frame? I cannot.
Not.
That is
Here.
unfortunate.
There you go.
Oh, that's supposed
So
to
I
That's the
mentioned
what
the
if.
what if.
what it. Oh.
And if, yeah, there you go. There's
It
her
goes
with
by
long
so
hair.
quick that it's hard to, like,
I didn't
really
even
make
see
it
the
out.
first one. I only saw that.
Mm.
I didn't even see that first
Yeah,
one.
it's them all together. Then it shows Subaru and like his son, and then her with their daughter.
All right. So.
It does make it hurt more.
Yeah.
It does make it hurt more.
And you know what the worst part is? No, that was the
that
last
was it.
one.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
You know what the worst part is?
What?
You have to read.
I have to go back and read this.
No. It gets worse. It gets worse. You saw that sloth F thing right there, right? That's what it's called, the sloth F, because they're all based on the sins. That's Sloth F1. Here, you got 3 frames of it. Very quick 3 frames of it.
In the manga, I get like a full
You
on.
get a whole chapter that is dedicated to it.
Oh, it makes it hurt so much more.
Yeah.
Have fun
Oh.
with that one, man.
But,
Oh.
yeah, no, they're gonna make it hurt a whole lot. Oh. I was excited for this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
My
lie.
brain's
This is when the show, I would say, in like arc 4 is my favorite because it really, like, when I mentioned before, Subaru and Beatrice are my favorite too now.
Yeah.
Like they
It's because
weren't
of arc 4.
originally, but it was because of arc 4 because I needed more. I kept telling him, you could ask him. I said, I really like Subaru. I really like Beatrice, especially Beatrice, but they need more for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said it to him, like they need more for me, and they got more. There were some characters I just needed more for, and they got more in arc 4, and I'm like, all right, you win.
Yeah.
But also, like, I just like arc 4 for what it did and everything. But like that's what I mentioned before. The reason, yeah. I mean, they're my type of characters that I do really like as well.
I will say one thing I do really love about this series is each arc will obviously like focus on a specific set of characters, and if certain characters weren't focused on for one arc, they will be for the next.
Yeah.
Which is very fucking nice. So it's like you know, a lot of characters who you might have felt like felt kind of background heavy or stuff like that with you know, whatever may be like arc 2, arc 3, all that. They will now become important with arc 4 and everything. Like the obvious one, and I don't feel like it's much of a spoiler, but it's like the obvious thing is like more so now. Obviously, Rem is going to take a whole lot more of a
Step
spotlight.
forward, yeah.
Yeah, it also
Now that
made me
Rem's-
like Ram more too.
Fucking comatose.
It made
for a
me
while.
like
Yeah.
Ram a lot more too. But right, what I was saying was like this episode kind of like I was really enjoying the series so far, but I will say once I jumped onto this episode, like I love the whole second season, part 1 and 2, but once I got to this episode, I kind of realized how much I was about to enjoy the series. When I watched this, it shocked the hell out of me, as you said, because it's like I really liked Rem and I really liked Krush. And I was like, okay, at least Crush was just her memories, but Crush. But like, it just kind of like, okay,
That just
now I'm really into it, and it
Yeah.
just went up to like, I continued watching, and it was like, okay, you beat Food Wars, you're number 2 now, easily number 2 now, not no chance anymore. Something's gonna have to make it extra good to be able to pass it.
Yeah, like
Not happening.
that episode does a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's,
Like-
that's this episode does so much.
And can you believe they cut out a lot of shit from this?
How?
Yeah, I know.
Why? Fucking just
Make it a 2-episode long thing, no?
right. Make it a 2-episode long thing at the end of season 1. It's
Yeah.
that easy. Hello, 26 episodes on a lot of shows right now. Oh.
Like this episode's already 28 minutes long, so it's already 4 minutes longer than your typical episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I skip intro.
I mean, hell, the first episode's fucking 40 minutes. 45.
oh yeah, it is. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Honestly, if I'm being real, I feel like this series would have been done more justice if every episode was an hour long, which I know is a hard task to do.
Yeah, I
But
agree though.
there's definitely like something that like
Yeah,
this
I
could actually work with that.
I think that it would
Do
have been a
instead of
much better
24
decision.
episodes, do 12 1-hour long episodes even.
Yeah, see, that's
Like,
at least
Maybe
better.
a few more, but like generally.
Like that 12
Yeah.
to 15 range, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It would have been much better because you could have kept all the content. Because you wouldn't have to tell me everything.
Yeah, no. For him, I had to pretty much read off like every single cut content thing, and sometimes it was a lot. It was just like an entire fucking page, and it was just annoying because like that's how much they cut out.
But you need to know that context.
And it was like stuff that was specifically like, oh, because like they have levels on the site, on the translation site.
So, like, what level 1 is whatever, but the
Yeah, level
level
one-
2 to 4 is...
Yeah,
And,
and
like,
it was
it has to be
it's
said.
like still a whole page worth of like stuff I actually have to read, and it's like, what the
Wow.
fuck?
Like you saw the thing with Wilhelm, obviously, right? No, because he.
What how he met his wife?
He has to like read through that because he'll see that with this.
Oh, it's part of this.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
You'll
That's
understand.
something that's cut
Yeah.
out here. I thought it was cut out earlier.
No, it's here.
What?
You'll
That
understand.
makes me
You'll
even
understand.
more mad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing with the Priscilla's helper or knight, I don't know if that's his
Owl.
knight. Al.
Al?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
The
about
thing-
it?
He saw that. He saw that.
saw
because
that.
He
Yeah,
went for
about
the
him
manga.
being from like
Yeah.
the Earth as well. It's
Yeah.
like what the
That was
fuck?
not
That's
in the anime.
important.
Or 18
Hello.
years.
Yeah, that was not in the anime
That's important, man.
at all.
Yeah. Yeah, now like I'm thinking about it. Like, yeah, that was definitely something like new while reading.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is why we.
this-
we
this
Yeah, I
also-
don't
for
remember
it.
that.
There's also this shit about like felt, of like, oh yeah, she has like red eyes and blonde hair, the same as like the royal bloodline. They talk about that in the manga.
They don't talk about it in the anime.
They do not mention it at
That's
all in the anime.
extremely.
That's really important, yeah.
Another
Yeah.
thing is Puck, about him
Yeah.
being the beast of the end. They don't
Yeah.
mention that in the anime.
Yeah.
He doesn't
So
even
much.
come out.
They don't mention a whole bunch of shit relating to him.
It's so
his
stupid.
status.
So much. It's what sucks about like books between like movies to book or shows and books and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like
When they do stuff
have to
like
cut
that,
out-
like it's fine if they cut stuff that's not important, but when you cut things that
Everything's
are
important.
important, it's like, yeah, most things shouldn't be cut out.
I will say it's like,
Like,
I
hot
still
damn.
obviously love this anime for what it is because we get fantastic soundtrack, voice acting, all
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah,
we get to
like,
see the
I
characters
even love
act.
the dub voice acting.
Yeah, the dub of it is great. Like I said, sometimes
Mine is wrong.
I'm a bit iffy. I'm a bit iffy with Puck's voice, but like, like
it's not. It doesn't.
it's not like a comment towards the.
I like
VA,
Beatrice's a lot,
because I do
actually.
think the VA for Puck. I've heard them in other roles. They're great. I just think the voice for Puck was too deep with the dub.
Yeah.
And that might have been a thing with the voice director, because usually 90% of the time that is a thing with the voice director. So
Yeah.
honestly, nothing on them. But there's a lot I do love about the anime, obviously, and without it, nobody would be into this series really. This would be a barely known series and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the series, I didn't hear about it until the first season came out, and I heard about it
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's super interesting. It's just, it sucks that there's content cut out. So it's
Yeah.
like there's some things that feel like something's missing.
Yeah.
Or just something you don't know about because that's not in here.
Yeah, like if Arc 5 because there's a panel that's going to be held in March. If Arc 5 gets announced there and it's like, oh, it's getting animated and all that shit, I'll be hyped. Like that's cool. I'm excited for that. I'm legitimately excited to see it animated. It will suck that I will see stuff that is cut out and I'm going to be like, what the fuck? But like I'll still be hyped for it. It's just like I do wish there was more there.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
I mean, hopefully that changes. Because if it does, I will literally
if they
just
got
wait.
enough complaints, maybe.
I will
I mean,
Yeah.
they got a
literally
lot.
just
They
wait.
got a lot of
They got-
complaints
I don't know,
with
I might
4.
not. I might still read it.
Especially with Arc 4, they got a lot of complaints.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll see
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
You never know.
Especially that last episode that you read off an entire page or something.
Fuck.
Like the last episode.
The last episode of Arc 4 was
Just
horrible.
like the last episode of Arc 3 here. Holy
So
crap.
much.
What the hell?
Yeah. But okay, so now you have to go back, read
And
it
read.
again, feel even more hurt, and then you get to finally move on to the light novel with Arc 4, as well as 5. And then when you're done 5, you get to move on to the web novel with 6 and 7.
Also,
Oh, fuck.
just want to say, my opinion so far, after all 4 arcs, second most brutal death is the one where he just stabbed himself in the neck there. That, watching him
painful to watch.
slowly, like, ugh. Because there's one in Arc 4 that's...
There's some real bad, there's some real bad ones later. There's some real fucking
Yeah.
bad ones later that aren't animated at all. But
Well, that's boring.
I know you said there's other ones, like, later on, too.
well, yeah, well, that's what I
After,
mean,
even
like,
after Arc 4, but, like, the one in Arc 4 is, so far, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But that's how far I've gotten, so.
But alright, any closing thoughts from you?
No, not that I can think of.
Fuck gluttony.
Yeah.
Greed's
Fuck
pretty great
gluttony.
though. I'm gonna be honest. Greed's pretty great.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy Greed a decent bit over the show. But alright. I guess that's it. And see you all next time.
Fuck gluttony.
Bye-bye.